Hi fans, this is welcome to the People's Football Show. This is the Fan Zone special, and today I've got the great pleasure of introducing you to Mr. Nottingham Forest himself, Barry. Barry, welcome to the show.
Hello. Pleased to be on the show, Chaker.
Very pleased to have you. So Barry,
yes, mate.
who are you?
Who am I? Who are you? I'm Barry Cleave. Martin Barry Partnership from Brixton, been in London for more years than I care to remember. Born in Nottingham, always supported the Super Reds, always been a Forest fan.
Okay, so how did you come to be a Nottingham fan? I mean, you could have been a Notts County guy, couldn't you?
Well, you could do a lot of things. You could be gay, but I'm not a Notts County fan. There's a lot of things in life I am, but not Notts County.
Right.
Forest is the major team in the town, and that's the team I've always followed. The first ever game I went to see was a million years ago. Forest playing Burnley. We paid £200,000 for Jim Baxter, the worst footballer in the world.
Who's Jim Baxter?
He was some drunk from Scotland.
Is this the 60s or the 70s?
I can't even remember. It was like 1807. That's how long ago it was. Okay, so we're talking a long time ago, and Jim Baxter was the signing of the time, and he was so bad. He came from Celtic, and he was a really bad player. But we had a great star player. We had a great player called Ian Storey-Moore, who was the great player of the.
I remember him playing for Man United.
He went to Man United when he was 27. He was a fantastic player, and then he got crocked, unfortunately.
What did he do, Ian Storey-Moore?
He was a winger. He was a winger. He was a left winger, and he dribbled all along. He was a traditional wide man, crossed the ball, Beckham-like crosses. He was a top
He was
player.
your old-fashioned wing wizard, wasn't
Yeah.
he? And how much did you flock into Man U?
Oh, I had no idea. But
did he
was
go on to better things?
No, he was a great player. He was going to start playing for England. Unfortunately, he got injured, and it was a career-ending injury, and that was the end of him. So it was a bit sad. And that was at the time Matt Gillis was the manager. This is before Clough. This is when Forest was...
This is in the 1960s and the early 70s.
Yeah. And they were just as they are now. Not doing very well.
You have quite... you've won the FA Cup.
Oh, God, that was so...
In 1898 and 1959. I mean...
wasn't even around.
I think you win it you win it every 60 years.
Okay, that's cool. Well, I'm not 60. I know I might look 60, but I'm not 60. Okay. So we haven't won for a very long time. And then, of course, what happened was Clough and Taylor came along, changed the whole playing field.
Can I just interrupt you slightly there, because for our younger viewers who might not know who Brian Clough is. Tell it. I mean, he's your messiah.
He is our messiah.
And he managed your club from 1975 to 93.
I've got the book.
What have you got
Here you got the book on Mr. Clough. That's his life, the life and times of Brian Clough, and the
author there, I notice, is a Mr. Jonathan Wilson. He's one of our premier football writers.
There you go.
Lovely writer.
And he was the Mourinho of his day.
Okay, now you enjoyed your most successful period under him, and you achieved something quite remarkable for a provincial club and for any club, and no modern club has repeated that in the contemporary era. You won the European Champions League
twice,
back to back.
Yeah,
right, in 1977.
Never been done. Never been done.
And I remember Trevor Francis scoring the winning goal.
The first £1 million player.
Okay, absolutely. Do you want to tell us a bit?
The Brian Clough was. Well, he was like Mourinho. He was the original Mourinho. He was very full of himself. He was very confident. He thought he was great. We all thought he was great. And he had Peter Taylor, who was a very quiet tactician. He was the mouthpiece. He was the one that was interviewed at the end of the role. But Taylor was very important as well. Taylor was the kind of quiet, methodical, check the opposition. Brian Clough was, let's just go for a few beers and just play well, lads. Okay.
Okay, but Brian Clough has been immortalised in a contemporary film called The Damned United. Which is after he finished at Forest, he went to
it's before.
Before, sorry, the mighty Leeds United in between Derby and Forest, correct? So you are. And he only lasted 44 days. Yeah. That film was...
close to the truth, in my opinion.
It was close to the truth?
Because he went there, he insulted well-established players. And footballers, even though they weren't earning the money that they earn now, they still had egos, they still thought they were great, they still had a lifestyle above the norm. And if you go in and tell a load of players that you're crap and they're not, and they've won things, they're not going to take it kindly. The previous manager was Don Revie. Don Revie for Leeds was like a living god. So what happened was Cloughie wasn't accepted. And we're really pleased he wasn't
didn't help
accepted.
himself. It was the Bill Grundy
He didn't accept himself.
He did tell all the Leeds players they've won all their pots and pans by cheating.
Yeah.
And he actually he dubbed them the dirty Leeds.
Yeah, so you don't get loved. And then he insulted Don Revie. They thought Don Revie was like a god. So, you know, it doesn't take long, and he left. I'm so pleased he left, because he then came to Forest. No, he actually went to Brighton, then he came to Forest. He went to Brighton, then he came to Forest.
Okay, that's interesting. Now, since Brian Clough, it's been downhill, though, isn't it? I mean, let's be honest.
A bit like my life story.
And like a lot of clubs that have messiahs and key people,
we've never got back.
They've sent all the kind of mini clubs in after him. Frank Clark's been in there, Roy Keane's been in there.
No, Roy Keane's never.
Did he not go in there?
No. But we've had a lot of managers.
And more recently, you've had Psycho, innit? Sergeant Pearce. And last season, he came in there and
started well.
What happened?
Started usual Forest thing. Started really well. Everybody was optimistic. Everybody thought we were going to go up. Then he hit the wall, and when he hit the wall, we went down.
Why did it go? I mean, what was it? It was so sudden. It's like they just dropped off the edge of a cliff.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what his managing skills are. The new chairman tends to back the people. Shouting a lot. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know. But there is. It's easy to point the finger at him, because there was plenty of people that failed prior to him coming. So well, I mean, we've had lots of.
I've noticed you have Arab owners at the moment.
We do.
Pfizer. And you've had a number, including Mr. Doherty and the previous owner, Al Hazali, was an Arab. Where's all this going?
Nigel Doherty was with us for years, but he was a very genuine guy, but he didn't have enough money. The ownership, Doherty passed away, then we had the new owners. New owners came in with a lot of money. Everybody was clapping. Everybody had high hopes. The jury's still out. We don't know. We've had a lot of managers. We're still in the Championship. We haven't been promoted. Players have gone. Players have come. We've taken on various managers. Nobody's hit the.
Okay, Barry. Well, it's clearly an ongoing problem, although there does seem to be some sort of stability at the club now. So, you know, let's roll over to next season. Right, it's all about the next game. It's all about the next term.
Sure.
We all come in high expectation. What's going to happen?
Well, we're like all fans. Every fan, no matter what team they support, looks at life from a half-full glass.
They do.
Okay, so we obviously hope to get in the playoffs. That's the thing we want. Whether we get there, I'm not sure. The chairman needs to spend money. In football, it's about money, and it's about spending it the right way.
How much you got to chuck at it to get into? What's lots? 10 million, 20 million?
I would think 20 million at least.
And how many sort of players are you looking to bring in for that amount of money?
The problem is, well, if you buy in 4 or 5, I mean, Tottenham brought in loads of players and it didn't work. I would rather they would spend more money on better players, but not so many, maybe 3 or 4 quality players.
Okay. And where do those players need to be? They up front?
We need a proper striker, like every single footballer
join
the club. We need a prolific striker, a 20-goal a season man, which we don't have at the moment.
Okay, Barry, that's very interesting. Well, okay, look, you've got a son of the palace in there. Right?
Yes.
A holy son of the palace, Doogie Freeman. I know he left us in the lurch.
Right.
God bless him.
Right.
We forgive him though.
Okay.
And he's a young, thrusting manager, full of the right ideas. They never wanted him at Bolton. It was ill-fated stuff. Is he the man to crack it?
Not sure. Not sure if he's good.
Jury's out.
Jury's out.
Well, what's he done so far? What changes has he brought?
Well, he came in after Stuart Pearce. He revived the season partly, and then it went flat again. So at the end of the day, we ended up, I think, 11th or 12th.
Yeah, so what, again, is this a pattern? Is this a club DNA?
Yeah, it's a club DNA.
How do you break this cycle? How do you square the circle?
With lots and lots of the green stuff. lots and lots of... just, you need to get it right.
Okay, now try and be dispassionate if it's... I know it's almost impossible to be dispassionate about your own side. Are you going to do it next year?
I'm not sure. If I'm being really honest, I doubt it.
And what does that mean for you? The television money kicks in next year.
Yeah.
If you're not in a Premiership next year, and your history suggests you should be, right? You miss the cut. It's going to be more and more difficult to get.
Correct. We've got the fan base. I'm not even sure whether whether Freeman's right. I'm not sure if the chairman's right.
But you've got the fan base.
we've got the fan base, and we've got a good ground which we don't own, which is the City ground, but we could do with a lot more money being pumped in.
Okay, so you've got quite a lot of issues to deal with there. Now,
Yep.
I just want to ask you, one of my favourite ever players for Forest was little John Robertson.
The best player we ever had.
He is the best player. But Barry,
Yes.
who was your favourite?
What, favourite footballer?
Favourite footballer?
My favourite footballer, believe it or not, is from Charles's team, which is Eric Cantona.
From whose team?
Eric
Cantona.
Sorry, you're telling me you're all right. Quiet in the terraces. Quiet. Are you telling me that your favouriteest player in the world is not a Forest player?
Correct.
Well, so tell me why it's Eric Cantona.
Because Eric Cantona, for me, just was heroic. Just the way he flicked up that collar and just played and didn't even care and think about his own team. He just played. I just think he was a magical player. And I think my next favourite player is from this gentleman's team, which is Thierry Henry. Thierry Henry didn't run; he just floated like a Hoover on a magic carpet. So I think if we had Thierry Henry and we had Eric Cantona playing for Forest back in the day, I think we might get promoted.
You obviously love football as much as you love your.
He knows his stuff. He knows his stuff.
Yeah, all right. But tell me about in Forest terms. Give me the top three Forest players.
Top three Forest players. It has to
for
be
you.
Has to be John Robinson. Has to be John Robinson.
He was short and fat and couldn't run.
Kenny Burns.
Kenny Burns, he was a bit hard. For
those
people who don't remember the old days when there was mud and tackling, you didn't want to go near Kenny Burns.
He made Vinnie Jones look like a schoolgirl.
All careful, Barry. Careful,
what about Des Walker?
Yeah.
You'll never beat Des Walker.
You'll never beat Des Walker.
Des was great, but we had so many great players. The aspect, probably underrated, but if you think about it, he was such a great player. Peter Shilton. Peter Shilton was just a phenomenal. He was a world-class goalkeeper.
He went the way of the boozers. He went the way of the gambler, didn't he? Well, this is a kind of common thing with him.
Booze.
Great club, Barry.
And a word I can't use on the radio. And another radio, and then there's another way.
Okay, folks. Well, there you go. You've heard it. Forest might do it next season, but they need to throw a lot of money at it.
Yeah.
The aim is to get into the playoffs, and they might have a chance.
Yeah.
Well, Barry, thank you very much.
It's been a pleasure.
Absolutely terrific.
Thank you.
Good luck next season.
Thank you. We need it.
Thank you very much, guys. It's frothy, man.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much.